In this week's parsha of Toldot, our matriarch Rivka, Rebecca, struggles during a difficult pregnancy with Esav and Yaakov. She asks, Im ken, lama ze anochi? She wonders why she continues to exist when she has such struggles. Today, I think we all know something about struggling. Now, of course, everyone's struggle, everyone's challenges are distinct and unique to that individual. And Rivka ultimately had to answer that question for herself. And I think for me, one of the things which keeps me going is connecting with my community. Whether that's during Minyan in the morning or during our fantastic programs that Adath Israel continues to offer. Just the past few days alone, we had 3 amazing programs. One with Canadian economist Jeff Rubin, a second with autism specialist Corinne Levitt, and finally, a movie program about Finding Manny, a fantastic film. Please check out these clips from what we've done this past week.
Important issues of the last 10 months since this pandemic stormed into our lives. And in many ways, the algorithm is pushing us to the places, to the conversations where we are surrounded by like-minded people.
What changed, and the thing that ultimately sort of forced my hand and sort of the reason I ultimately showed myself to the door was that not only was I having to put up with that kind of consistent bullying, but I couldn't do my job anymore. And frankly, that there are things and values worth standing up for that are way more important than prestige.
All of the economists in the business press, places like the New York Times, Wall Street Journal, said that the only thing tariffs would do was raise prices to consumers. But actually, it didn't raise prices to consumers. What it did was create thousands of manufacturing jobs, hundreds of thousands of manufacturing jobs. And for the first time in a couple of decades, we're seeing a real wage increase for factory workers in the United States. We're also finding that the middle class is a lot poorer. Their incomes are growing at about a fifth of the pace of what they grew only a decade ago, not only in the United States, but throughout the OECD. And lastly, we're finding that the middle class is becoming a lot older. And that's because for my generation, baby boomers, membership in the middle class was essentially a lifetime gig.
So I'll continue. So I was mentioning about Anthony, how the experience of Anthony and other students like him really transformed education during this time. It really changed that a one-size-fits-all approach to teaching that was really the standard then. And teachers began to see that there were different kinds of minds. There were different ways to teach students. But I've also seen excellent programs and met many gifted teachers who are making a difference. So it's encouraging and there is hope, but they're not enough. And it seems to be more by chance than design. And I welcome the day when parents will look forward to their child's first day of school, seeing this moment as an important next step toward enriching their child's development within a system that understands their needs and learning potential.
And to watch what was happening. And as the story was unfolding, all I could think was this is going to be an amazing story to tell. This is going to be amazing. This is going to look great. Wow, look at that. Wow, look at those people. Wow, these conversations are amazing. Growing up in Canada, we know what it means when we save 6 million. And that was, for us, that's a shorthand way of talking about the Holocaust. And that came up in a conversation in Germany because people wanted to know what it was like for us. growing up in Canada with a dad who's a Holocaust survivor.
I hope you enjoyed those highlights. And this coming week, we have some very special guests. On Tuesday, Barbara Emile will be speaking with our congregation. On Wednesday, just me with my new class, Rashi and Friends. And then on Friday, hope you join us for a special citywide cantorial Kabbalat Shabbat. All the information is available at adathisrael.com. And I wish all of you on behalf of Adath Israel, Shabbat Shalom.